Hello, stamping friends. This is Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in San Diego, California, where it's hot, 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 just like it is a lot of places where you guys are. I understand there's hurricanes, other places, so hopefully you're safe and sound in your crafting room and just relaxing and having fun today. So just a quickie about what's going on with Stampin' Up right now. Not too different from the last couple of weeks. We've got some new online exclusives. We've got new kits. We in fact have 2 new kits going live tomorrow, Tuesday, what is today? The 6th. There we go. Tomorrow, Tuesday the 6th. 2 new kits. We think one's going to be a Halloween kit, so that's really exciting too. We've got a new catalog coming up, our September through December catalog, mini catalog, lots of wonderful holiday bundles and stamp sets and paper, etc. I don't have any catalogs yet. I can actually order them starting tomorrow. And I will, but reason I'm bringing it up is the demonstrators can start ordering tomorrow. And if you're not a demonstrator, now is a great time to join. Because if you join after midnight Mountain Time tonight, you can actually order stuff from this new catalog. And that's one of the things I really love about being a demonstrator is we get to order all our stuff, you know, a month earlier than everybody else. So let's get on making a card. So let me find my card that we're making. But let me put you down first. We are making a card with this bundle, the Labeled with Love stamp set and punch. This is the one that also, if you don't want to get a punch, you can get it as a die set. And that's really cool and different because this is the first one that I remember anyway, that you can either get a punch or you can get a die set with 3 dies that will cut this out. And you'll see why 3 dies might be helpful this time. Like I said, I got it with the punch. But you'll see why this might be helpful. Hi to whoever joined in. I'm not seeing any names, but I'm glad we've got some people here. And I believe I briefly showed you the card last time, because last time we were together, we actually used the Labeled with Love stamp set and punch also. But this time, we are going to use it more because last time I don't think we even used any of the cool little stamps. So let me bring it back out here again. So we've got some nice little word things. You could even stamp and then punch out, so it's outlining that sentiment piece. Well, what I call a sentiment piece. Obviously you don't have to use it for that. Today we're going to be using this 2-step stamp set, and then these are also 2-step. So let's get making this. So we're using a lot of the new in color. We're using the Pretty in Pink and the Shy Shamrock, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and start with our stamping. So we are going to stamp and punch out 3 of these flower sets. And I found it easiest, I'm not sure if there's a right or a wrong way, to actually stamp the leaves first. So that's how I'm going to do it. And notice I'm stamping on my glass mat with a stamp set that is photopolymer. And for most of them, sometimes on the smaller words, I'm finding, I'm just going to do one extra one in case I screw up. I'm finding that I can do just fine with using the photopolymer on here, even without using the usual piercing mat. So I don't know, let me put something behind it so you can see. On this little flower stamp, there's this small little flower, like bud, I guess. That's the top. Okay, and what you're going to do is actually fit that in so these little that little bud is fitting right there. So what you end up kind of just going like this, playing around with it a little bit, moving it around a little bit, and getting it so that it looks like there's a bud coming out of that little area of flowers. And that's all I did when I was figuring this out, is move it around till it seems like it looked right. So again, this is Shy Shamrock and Pretty in Pink, two of the new in colors. And it is pretty forgiving here. Say hi, who's ever watching, so I can say hi back. I'm going to close that up. And then for our sentiment that came from also the Labeled with Love, I am using a sentiment little piece that is from the Iconic Imagery set. This little piece right here. And it just perfectly fit the words. What's it say? Thanks, friend. From this Labeled with Love. In fact, I thought it fit in here better than it did if I was going to use it on the Labeled with Love punch. So that's all our big stamping. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. Let's get this back out here again. Is I wanted to stamp one of the flowers for inside. So let's do that too. One more flower set. And one more pretty flower. How are you guys doing today? Are you staying safe? Hopefully nobody's in the course of our hurricanes down in Florida. There we go. All right. So, and now we can just take our Labeled with Love punch and punch them out. Move them over a little bit. I'm only needing 3, but I'll probably just punch them all out. And I could have punched these, you know, label things out first and stamped on them once they're all punched out, but I figured this might be a little bit just easier to do this way. All right, I think I'll use those 3. And I'm going to move this out to the side because our next step is we're going to make that little, use that little eyelet, which I don't have, so hold on a sec. So this is the Eyelet 3D embossing folder. And let's get our embossing ready. Gotta use the big one here. And we take all of these plates off, and all we need is our gray plate. And we can put our 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of shamrock in here. I like to line the bottom up with that line that they give us because I find that very helpful. You've noticed too, I have labeled mine so that I know whether they're the 3D ones or not. That was the main reason. Plus I kind of tend to forget the names of them. But if I label them 3D, then I know that this is the sandwich I use, just the base plate and the gray. All right, that is ready here. All right, I think we're ready to make a card. So we have, first of all, our 8.5 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. Remember that the mountain, the part that sticks up, is the one that goes on the inside. Give it a nice squish down here. Then I'm going to put my, well, actually I think I'm going to put my little piece on here. So this is a little piece of paper that's just 2 by 5 1/4, and this from the Unbounded Beauty paper. That's again also in our annual catalog, and that is one of the sets that has using all of the new in colors, so that's why I stuck with that. And this is just a little piece, like I said, that's a little bit too big for here, so we're probably gonna have to trim it. But it's supposed to be 4 by 5 1/4. That's the other side of it. And I am gonna not put it in the center intentionally. I'm gonna put it just up a tad because I want to leave room down here for our sentiment. Sometimes, oops, that's not on straight. Sometimes when we are, when we run these things through our embossing folder, it kind of shrinks the paper a little bit. I think that's what happened here and why this is just a smidgen too big, and I'm just going to cut it off. Because, like I said, it depending on how detailed that embossing folder is. So don't be afraid that you measured wrong. You probably didn't. This is not a real difficult card, but it's just so sweet and pretty. I think you could, you could use it as a birthday card. You could use, obviously a different sentiment on here. I just like to hold it down on those 3D ones. All right, and now these guys I'm going to put up on dimensionals. I don't think I've made a card in a long time that didn't use a dimensional. I just think they add so much to our cards. And what I like to do when I have 3 things on here that I'm using, oh, I did tell you this is 2 inches by 5 1/4. Get some idea of where you're going to want stuff. And what I like to do is I like to put the 2 end pieces on first. Whoops. Make sure we're getting them all going the right way. I almost had one upside down. So I know some people like to do the middle one first. but I like to do the end ones first, because then you've got whatever's the spacing, to me, always comes out right, because I've got whatever I've got over here, I've got over on my other side. And then the one in the middle, the spacing between those two should come out right. You guys aren't commenting at all. Tell me who's here and where you're watching from today. All right, so even if, like I said, this and this spacing is a little different, they'll be the same from one to the other. And now, oops, almost lost our little sentiment piece. And then I'm going to put up on some dimensionals also. All right, so I don't know if any of you watching are, hey Noreen, hi Joanne, now I finally have some names. I don't know if any of you are watching our demonstrators, but hopefully you got your list ready for tonight or tomorrow that you can order. Now these are our in color, what are they exactly called? In color resin dots. And I'm going to use a couple of these little pretty and pink ones. I suppose I could have used the Shy Shamrock on here too, but I'm enjoying just the sweet one. The sweetness of the pretty and pink. And we'll put this inside. And there we have it. Our pretty in pink, here's the other one, and Shy Shamrock little card. So I just wanted to remind people too, in case you are interested in doing my next class at home or class here, to let me know ASAP, because our next class is going to be with the attention shoppers. And here's a quick little sneak peek at 2 out of 4 of the cards that we are going to be making. And you can, with this class, you are getting a half a pack of the Full of Life paper. You're getting an entire pack of the iridescent faceted gems and 4 cards and directions to make 4 cards, and that would be $30. If you want to add in the stamp set, that would be $50. If you want to add in the whole bundle, that would be $70. And you'll notice, if you kind of do the math on your own, I am paying for your shipping and your tax if you want to get the bundle or the stamp set. Oh, Wooster, Ohio. I used to be an Ohio girl. I was living in Shaker Heights till I was 8 years old. So, Midwestern girl at heart. So let me know if you are interested in this class. You can email me at stampwithdrrobin@gmail.com. If you want some more information on this card that we just made today, go to my blog later today. Once I write it all up, it'll be at stampwithdrrobin.blogspot.com. What was the other thing? Oh, I'm going to put you up now, I guess. I don't need you watching down here. But anyway, thank you, Joanne. I will not be here for the next couple weeks, because sometime in this week I am going to become a grandma for the first time. So I am going up to be with my daughter, another Midwesterner from Kansas, Thanks for watching. So my daughter is very pregnant. She's due in 2 days, and if she hasn't had the baby by Friday, they say they're inducing her. So it looks like by the end of the week, at least, I will be a grandma. And I'm going to stay up there for a couple weeks, and I will hopefully be posting some just cards that I've made recently to keep you guys happy. And then I will let you know when I'm back in a couple weeks and how baby's doing. So good to see everybody, and wish my girl luck. So Joanne, nothing better than being a grandma. That's what everybody tells me. I am looking forward to it. So take care, everybody. Bye-bye.